Welcome back everyone. Today, we're here with an account review. Big thanks to everyone who submitted last time. There were a lot more than I was expecting. Also, big thanks to Locke, who's letting me use their accounts today. Yes, that was plural. He actually has two accounts we're going to have a look at. The quote-unquote main account is the one with more investment into exploration and achievements and all that, with more character constellations as well. And the quote-unquote second account actually has the better builds and artifacts of the two. So we'll be covering both and taking a few of the best characters from each account to have a look at. So we're already here on the main account, and the first thing I want to check is when this account was made. Oh, it is AR60 as well, of course. I'm assuming it's been AR60 for a long time now because it was made on the 2nd of October 2022, so only a couple of days after the release of Genshin. Now as for achievements, he's sitting at a solid 890. That's quite high. What hasn't he done though? Oh, the hangout events, yeah, no, I don't blame him at all. I'm not doing them either. And I know the fishing one is quite hard, but he's like halfway through. Okay, not bad. Let's open up the map and head on over to Mondstadt. Yep, kind of what I thought. 100% in all of Mondstadt here. Looks like 100% here too through Liyue. How about Sumeru though? Okay, 100% pretty much through all here. Even through the desert, not bad. What about Fontaine though? It hasn't been long since its release. Nope, that's max too. Wow. And if we head to Inazuma, yeah, this is looking all maxed as well. Fair enough. Surely the Chasm is 100%ed too, right? Yes, it is. That's kind of what I thought. No shot is 100%ed in Kinemio too though, right? He wouldn't be that insane. Never mind. What about the quests? Ooh, one unfinished one. That couldn't be me. What's wrong with Baiju's quest, man? And he's done some of the hangout quests, but yeah, not all of them. Fair enough. Now, Locke said he was a battle pass and Welcome only guy, so let's see if he was telling the truth. Okay, 100 more days of this. Hasn't bought any character skins. I'm assuming he got all the 4-star ones for free. And he hasn't used the top-up bonuses either, so I don't think he was lying. The last thing to do here is have a look at the pools. He has, oh wow, that's 66k primos with 47 spare wishes as well. Some quick maths gives us about 465 wishes there, plus another 88 from all that star glitter there. So that's like 550. And then if you add in like the 10% cash back, I mean, there's about 600 pools here. Very nice. He tells me he's been saving a lot, and he's ready to go all out in Fontaine with a ton of characters he wants. So it makes sense. Next up, we're going to have a look through the inventory, starting off with the weapons, and okay, decent roster here. A lot of spare Skyward weapons though. Like he has 9 copies of them, that's more than half of his weapons. Seems like either bad luck or some standard banner shenanigans, I don't know. Also has a good selection of 4 stars here at level 90, so pretty good. Next up, wow, that's a good amount of books. But I'm more impressed with this Mora amount down here. 82 million? The fuck? I just hit 10 million on my main and I thought that was a huge number. Okay, yes, some decent amount of boss mats here. Seems like he does it most weeks. And he still has 18 crayons to use. Okay. Let's have a look at the billets. Okay, that's a good amount. More than enough to R5 any craftables he wants. As for gadgets, I mean, I didn't even know there were that many out there. Fair enough. And finally, we're onto precious items, and only 10 fragiles. 220 dream solvents as well. And we saw it before, but that's a lot of both of the star glitters there. Last thing to check up on before the characters is the Spiral Abyss. And yep, that's kind of what I thought. 36 stars for as long as we can see. Okay. Not bad at all. Alright, we are moving on to the characters, and let's take a little peek at this roster. Not too many 5 stars here, but I do know the reasoning behind that. And here it is, C6 Yelan. Now, that must have taken a lot of pulls. We'll have to give her a try out later on. So, we're going to have a look at 3 characters from this account, and we'll go from worst to best, and then move on to the other account. First up is Child. And he is level 90, has the Skyward Harp level 90, C0, and talents are 8, 9, and 9. And as for artifacts, he's on, oh wow, 4-piece Nymph Stream. Does he already have a good set on this one? This didn't come out too long ago, I don't think. So let's see if he has some good pieces. The flower is an off piece, which, that means this shit is cracked, right? Yep, that's kind of what I thought. Fucking nice piece. 47.5 crit value on this one. Very good start. I mean, not much to say there, just a really nice piece. Next up, the feather is not bad either. 15.6 crit rate, by the way. And some attack too. So that's a 37.3. Also a pretty good piece. Okay, he's rocking an attack timepiece, and this is alright. Kinda low rolled, which is rough. It's a 30.2 with 11 ER too. So it's alright. Next is the Hydro Goblet, and again, it's just okay. 27.2 crit value. EM rolls are alright, kind of useful for him, so that's okay. And finally, let's take a look at this mask. It's a crit damage one with 13.2 crit rate. Damn, must feel nice. Plus it has some attack and ER as well. Quite a balanced piece, I like it. Overall, a solid build for this set, which hasn't been around long. It gives him 1900 attack, 61 EM, and a 86 183, with also 117 ER. So can't complain about that. That's a nice child. Okay, that felt weird to say. Let's just move on from that. Next up, we have the Raiden Shogun herself, and I'm excited to see this one. She is at level 90 with her signature level 90. She is C2, very nice. I need to do that to mine. And talents are 6, 10, and 10. Okay. Of course, she's on 4-piece emblem, and let's have a look at these pieces. Starting off with the flower, and that's really good. 43.6 crit value, with also an ER substat. Kind of low rolled on the crit rate, but I mean, you can't complain about that. It's a very nice piece to start off. The feather is, wow. I mean, it is offset, so it should be expected, but it's pretty much a perfect piece. It's a 40.4 with all the other lines being useful, ER and attack, so yeah, very nice. Next up is the ER timepiece, and that's not bad. 34.2 crit value with 9.9% attack. Kind of rough on the dead HP roll, but I mean, it's an ER timepiece and it's on set, so you can't complain about that. Next for the goblet, and he does have an electro one with, what the fuck is that crit rate, my guy? 17.5, Jesus. I mean, it's definitely the worst piece so far, as the other substats are trash, but it's not the worst I've ever seen. It's still 35 crit value, so it's still a good piece. Okay, she's rocking a crit rate circlet too. Her crit rate is going to be very high, isn't it? Also, can we talk about this piece? 24 crit damage and 9.7 ER. One day I'll get one like this. Nice piece, man. So, overall she has 1900 attack with a 9119 with 285 ER as well. Okay, that crit rate is very high. I think that's fine though, that's a good amount. We'll definitely have to give her a little showcase after this. I want to see how good C2 is. Alright, finally the last one to look at, Yelan, the crown jewel of this account, who is level 90 with her signature level 90. We saw this earlier, she's C6, and as for talents, she is triple crowned, as she should be. As for artifacts, apparently she has multiple different builds for her. And the one we're looking at here is the 2-piece Heart of Depth, 2-piece Vorakasha's Glow, I think it is. This build is just for a pure C6 damage showcase. So let's have a look. Starting off with the flower, and we have a very solid piece here. 39.6 crit value, with 2 HP rolls as well. I mean, that's pretty much a perfect piece, as it was a 4-line start as well. Good start. Next is the feather, which is, oh fuck me, 44.3 crit value. Alright, very high roll too, as it was only a 3-liner. Next up is the HP off piece, which, oh my god, are you kidding me? Just your average run-of-the-mill 45.1 crit value, god damn. Does have a flat HP roll, so, I mean, it's okay, but if only it went max roll into crit value, it would have been a 52.9, so very, very close. Next is the Hydro Goblet, and hey, that's the first relatable piece here. 3-line start, only 30 crit value, and a few flat HP rolls, which, I mean, it's kind of useful, but if that was HP percent instead, I mean, it would have been a different story here. And finally, we're onto the Circlet, which is, yeah, it's pretty good. It's not quite on the level of the first 3 pieces, only 22.5 crit damage and 9.9% HP. Definitely not a bad piece though. So overall, she has just over 40k HP with a 97-236. That's a really good build. She does have 0 recharge, which, hey, I mean, this is just for pure C6 damage build, so why don't we go test her and a Raiden team out now. Okay, first up with Raiden, we're going to do a Raiden hyper carry with Kujo, Kazuha, and Bennett. I mean, we almost took him out with 1 strike. I think I saw 404,000 damage burst in there, so that's really nice. And let's compare that to Yelan's team, which we are going to pair her with Mona, Kazuha, and Zhongli. Okay, that was over very quick. We were only like 2 seconds into our burst. I think I could have killed 3 of these guys in that time frame. That was really fun. This really makes me want to C6 Yelan now. Oh, god damn it. Anyways, it is time to move on to the second account now, which has less constellations and weapons, but the builds are stronger in terms of artifacts, so I'm very excited here. I'll speedrun through the inventory and all that shit and get to the characters quick. So it was started on the 28th of October, only a few weeks after the first one, with 799 achievements. As for exploration, this guy is an absolute madman. I don't even have half of the teleport points in Sumeru on my second account, and this man has almost maxed his entire world. Twice, by the way. As for quests, he has 2 unfinished ones. How could he? It's just Linny's story quest, so he's done Baiju's one on this account, but not the other one. Fair enough. As for Spiral Abyss, it is also 36 stars, as far back as it goes. This account is also a Welcome and Battle Pass only, and somehow he has 109,000 Primo Gems. What the fuck? Also that Star Glitter amount too. Jesus. If we do some quick maths, he could pull about 815 times right now. And if we add in the Star Glitter cashback, that's basically 900 pulls. I think he's ready for some Fontaine characters. As for the weapon roster, that's actually a really good roster. Every 5-star is being used, so quite efficient. And if we head onto the precious items, he only has 10 fragiles here, but 77 mil Mora? This guy's like a walking bank. I mean, fair enough, I guess. Anyways, moving on to his characters. Again, going from worst to best, and we have 6 to look at here. Starting off with Dea. And I mean, fucking based if you ask me. She's level 90 with a signature level 90. She is C0 and talents are 6, 10 and 10. Based. As for artifacts, she is on 4-piece emblem, and let's have a look at them. Starting off with a bang, 16.3 crit rate flower. Okay, man. Only a 45 crit value piece to start us off. I mean, fair enough. Not much to say here. What the fuck? Next is... oh, I thought that was crit rate again. Not bad though. 36.5 with ER and attack rolls too. Very good. She's rocking an attack timepiece, which is okay. 34.2. Kind of rough on the flat attack. But, I mean, that's not too bad. Next up for the goblet, and that, it doesn't look good, does it? But it's actually not that bad. The ER is very useful for her, and it only has that 1 wasted defense roll, so it's actually not bad. And finally, a crit damage circlet with 7.8 crit value and 22 ER. Also an attack roll. Very good. It's like the upgraded version of the last piece. So, overall, she has a 9154 with 165 ER. So pretty good deer. I'm kind of scared though, because if this is the worst build, then what are the next characters going to look like? Okay, next up is Diluc. I mean, I've never liked Diluc personally. I don't know what it is. I think I don't like the Claymore. It just feels too slow attacking for me. So he is level 90 with his signature, level 90. C4. Okay, that's quite high. And talents are 9, 12, and 9. As for artifacts, we are on 4-piece Crimson, fair enough. And starting off with the flower, okay, fuck you. It's a 45.9, and also an attack line. Kinda low rolled on the crit damage, but no one actually cares. It is an insane piece. The amount of 45 crit value pieces this guy has is just insane, I don't know. Next up, we have the feather though, and okay, I mean another perfect piece. It's 4-line again, no missed rolls, 36.5 crit value, with 63 EM as well. That's 2 pieces that aren't going to be changed in a row, nice. Next up is the EM timepiece, and that's probably the worst piece I've seen today. Only a 27.2 crit value, and the other stats are all wasted. This was a 4-line too, so it's kinda unlucky. Next up we have a Pyro Goblet, and this is pretty solid. 28.8 crit value, and 11% attack. Only a 3-line start, and 1 wasted roll though, so not incredible, but it's good. Finally, the Circlet, and okay, that's good. I mean, 29.5 crit damage is nothing to complain about. I haven't even got a single Circlet with that much. Even though the other substats aren't useful, it's good enough. Anyways, he has 249 EM with a 87 154. No ER on him, which is fine because his burst only costs 40 and he generates a bunch of energy. At least that's what I've heard. I've never actually built him, so yeah. But a pretty good build. Honestly, it's mainly that timepiece that's holding it back. The flower and feather are like absolutely perfect, so yeah. Next up we have Nahida, the Dendro Archon herself, who is level 90 with her signature, level 90. She is C2, okay, and talents are 6, 10, and 10. As for artifacts, we're on the 4-piece Deepwood. I like it, that's how I run mine too. First up is the flower, and I mean, that's pretty good. 44.8 with an EM line as well. Hey, that's a nice piece, nothing to complain about here. Next is the feather, and that's okay. 27.2 crit value, but also a good chunk of attack, which she will definitely use, so it's alright. She is rocking an EM timepiece, and I mean, this is on set. I don't know, kind of rough. But hey, at least a relatable piece finally. This looks like my type of piece. Next is an EM Goblet, okay. And this is a lot better. 36.6 crit value, and some attack, not bad at all. And finally, we have the Circlet, and wow, that's a really nice piece. That might be the best piece of this build, this or the flower. It has 32.6 crit damage, with also 2 EM rolls, plus 1 attack one, so, I mean, nice piece, man. So, overall, she has 809 EM, that's a really good amount, with a 69 145. No ER though, I'm curious how that works out. I run mine with like 150 ER, and that seems to work for me though. I don't know what teams he uses her in, so it's fine. This is a good build overall though. Next up we have Yoimiya, who is level 90 with the Lost Prayer, level 90. She is C0 and talents are 6, 10, and 8. As for artifacts, she is on 2-piece Shimenawas, 2-piece Thundering Fury. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see how these pieces are. Okay, that's a nice piece. 37.4, but every substat here is useful as well. I mean, that's a pretty much perfect flower. Nice start. Next is the feather, and this is also quite good. Bit more crit value this time, 40.4, but there is no EM on this one. It's still a really nice piece though. She is rocking an attack timepiece, which is pretty good. 34.2 and 11 ER. So apart from being a 3-line start, this is a really nice piece as well. Next is the Electro Goblet, which is probably the worst piece so far. but it does give a good amount of attack, so it's pretty good for balancing out the build. And finally, damn, that's perfect. 13.2 crit rate, 11 ER, and an EM roll. I wish my circlets rolled like this. Nice piece, man. So all up, she has 2.1k attack, 61 EM, and a 97.7 with 123 ER. That's a really satisfying ratio, isn't it? Very clean. I like it. Nice Yoimiya, man. Second to last character here is going to be Ayaka, and I'm also a big Ayaka fan, so I'm very curious to see this build. She is level 90 with her signature level 92. She is C0 and talents, oh, she's triple crowned. I like it. Now for artifacts, and yep, you guessed it, 4-piece Blizzard Strayer. Crazy, right? Starting off with an absolutely perfect piece. I mean, fair enough. 4 line, 40.4 crit value, 1 attack roll, and an extra ER roll. I feel like all of the flowers and feathers so far have been, like, incredible. Next up is, I mean, it's just confirming that thought, isn't it? Another really nice piece. 33.4 crit value. It was only a 3-line start, but it also has attack and ER. So it's pretty good. You can't ask for much more than that. Next up, we have an attack time piece, which is, it's good. 17.5 ER is definitely useful, with some crit as well. Off piece though, so I was expecting a little bit better, but yeah, it's good. Next is the Cryo Goblet, and that's really nice. 9.3% attack and 35 crit value too. I mean, that's like pretty good for an onset goblet. I wish mine looked like that. And finally, we have the Circlet, which is also really nice. 25 crit damage with some more ER, so there's nothing to be upset about here at all. So all up, she has 2100 attack with a 62 235 with 146 ER as well. So not bad. This obviously isn't for a freeze team. I believe this is just for killing bosses. So a very solid build here. Not really much room for improvement at all. And we're now onto the last character, Yoimiya, who is supposedly the best built character he has. I'm very excited to see this. As a fellow Yoimiya main, I will be judging very harshly, and I expect only the best from her. I believe she's built for Vape, so looking for a lot of EM in these artifacts as well. Before that though, let's go through her. She is level 90 with her signature. I mean, must be nice, I'll get it one day, sure. She is C0 and is not triple crowned. That is embarrassing. Could not be me. Doesn't even crown the burst. I mean, I'm marking her down a few points for that. She is on, yep, you guessed it, 4-piece Shimenawas. And starting off with, oh, fuck off. This guy, man, I'm done. I don't want to be here anymore. Just your average 49 crit value and an attack roll too. Nice piece, man. Next is the Feather, and oh, that's a perfect piece again. 4 line, 31 crit value, 8.7% attack, and 47 EM. I mean, fair enough, he's just better, I guess. Next is the attack time piece. Okay. Another 4-line piece. 77 EM makes up for the no EM time piece, with also 28 crit value. I mean, that's basically the 3rd piece in a row I could say that's perfect. I mean, I could say that the defense could be flat attack, but like that's some crazy nitpicking. Next is the offset Pyro Goblet, and yeah, that's pretty good. 32.7 crit value with also perfect substats. It is only a 3-line start though, and that's the literal first thing that I can say isn't perfect on this build. And finally, we're onto the Circlet. Give me something to complain about. That's really nice again. It is only 3-line start and no EM substat, but 15% attack and 19 crit damage. That's nothing to be sad about at all. Let's see how the substats add up though. Okay, so she has almost 2400 attack, 166 EM, and a 9206 crit ratio. God damn. At first I was comparing this Yoimiya to mine, but I mean, we're not in the same realm. I should bow my head down now. I need to get back into the Shimenawa's domain and get to farming. I have never seen a Yoimiya better than this. Insane build, man. Now I think it's only appropriate to give her a little showcase. He doesn't have Yunjin built, so we'll have to use Zhongli for that interruption resistance. Damn, very nice. I saw 110k in there, not bad at all, even though my ping was absolutely through the roof. Anyways, that's all I have for today. Very nice accounts and some incredible builds in there. Again, big shout out to Locke who let me use his accounts, and he also says he wants to give a shout out to Berserk. So read Berserk, everyone. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed. Have a good one. Goodbye.